Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Trisha Penn Jackson. I'm a licensed real estate agent in New York City, and I also write a fashion and lifestyle blog called feastandfashion.com. Here on my channel we talk about fashion, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about travel, and we sprinkle in a little bit of real estate. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button to become a member of our tribe. Please hit that notification button so you know when these videos drop, and please give this video a huge thumbs up to tell YouTube that you liked it. I am so freaking excited for today's video. I am so excited. Of course, you guys know it is International Women's Month, or Women's History Month. And earlier this month was International Women's Day, I should say. And I am here to bring to you guys, or introduce to you, if you aren't familiar with these ladies, some amazing trailblazers in the beauty and fashion, jewelry industries, and they are all Black women. Of course, this channel is for everyone, but I am a Black woman, and in the words of my good bitch and sis, Rihanna, I'm a Black woman, and I was born to a Black woman, and I will give birth to a Black woman, and we deserve a little bit of shine and a little bit of light. Of course, I'm sure if you don't live under a rock, you know that Black women have not been in any industry. We get maybe 60% of what our Black men counterparts get, and then to compare that to white counterparts, it's even less. So I thought that this would be a great video to highlight my beautiful Black ladies who are doing it in and around the fashion industry. I'm so excited to share this. I did tons of research on some brands that I actually don't know, and some women I've met in person who are amazing. Some brands that I've just admired online, and I'm just so excited to bring you guys this. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling because we got a nice little list to go through. So, as with most of my videos, I like to go through categories. I don't know what it is. I'm just like a category kind of person. I feel like it keeps everything organized, and if you guys have to watch this video back, you can be like, oh, let me go to the skincare section. Oh, let me go to the jewelry section. Oh, let me go to the clothes section. So I've broken up everything into categories. So first we're going to talk about, again, like I mentioned before, is skincare. Then we're going to go to, not necessarily skincare. Let's scratch that. It's actually going to be beauty. We're going to talk about beauty in general because it's not just for your skin. Then we're going to talk about jewelry, then shoes and accessories in general, and then finally clothing, fashion brands that you guys need to know that are founded and created by Black women. So let's hop right into it. The first brand that I want to talk about actually is an all-encompassing brand, and I have, where's it? Oh, right here. I have a little gift bag that I got from this brand called Skintect. I received this from a panel talk with NYX Times Closed. They had an event right after Fashion Week where one of my favorite girls, Tanika B, was speaking on a panel with Chelsea. What's her last name? Chelsea and Chris Joseph. They are the sister duo of NYX Times Closed, and they had this little gift bag from Skintect. And Skintect happens to be owned by, I think, both Chelsea and Chris's friend, Delanique Millwood. I feel like I met her a couple of times actually at different events and in and around fashion, because besides starting this brand, she also does a little bit of influencing as well because she is fly. And I just did a little bit of research on her brand. It's so crazy. She grew up in Jamaica, and she started this company, Skintect, which I just showed you the bag, and it actually is like a marketplace for skincare that is specifically made for melanated skin. So I thought this was so cool. It's so unique, and honestly, she's young. I don't even think she's 30 yet. So really cool. She has a background in cosmetic chemistry, and she started this brand again as a marketplace to bring all of these brands together. So it's really, really cool seeing her do her thing. And I wanted to mention that brand first because she is doing the work at bringing Black owned and melanated skin geared brands to the masses. And one of the brands that actually is on her site is Topicals. Now Topicals is that girl right now in skincare and in beauty. You've seen them all over the eye patches, topicals, they are everywhere, and it is amazing to see what the brand owner, I don't want to butcher the name, but I'm gonna try because I have tons of Nigerian friends and I feel confident in the way that I can pronounce some of these names. Olamide Olawe, I think that's how we pronounce her name. She is the founder and creator of Topicals, a skincare brand. She has a background in chemistry and in science. And it is so cool to see what she's doing. This Topicals is a brand that not only is it geared for melanated skin, it's actually geared towards everyone, but it's also a brand that is gearing to be sustainable and also a little bit clean. So definitely excited about Topicals' future. They've only been around for a couple of years now, actually, that I've known them. I think they were founded in 2021 or 2020. Don't quote me on that. I'll put the exact date here. But Topicals is one of those brands. They definitely are doing their thing in the beauty industry space. So they specialize in like skincare stuff, of course, like I mentioned, the eye patches, there's serums, there's moisturizers and cleansers. It's like all encompassing. So definitely check them out if you haven't heard about them. Next on the list is Koba Skincare, and this was also introduced to me from this gift bag that I received. It is another Black owned brand, and I did a little bit of research because I just wanted to make sure, you're just looking at different things. And what I really like about this is that they use a lot of natural ingredients and a lot of natural fragrances in their products. This is the product that I have, which is their formulated, this is their hand cream, crème de main, and I love this. I've been using it tons. You guys know that I am a nail girl. I love my nails, and one of the things that comes with being a nail girl is keeping your hands cute and moisturized, and I've definitely been using this a ton. I could attest to it. It has a very, I've never smelled I guess it's the saffo oil that is in it that makes it smell like that, but I love what it smells like. It also has shea butter and sweet almond oil, and this brand was started by a woman named Therese, and I'm not going to butcher her last name. Her last name, I'm not really sure where it's from, but I will put it here so you guys can see it. She did a really good job. So their brand is actually all kind of like skin stuff. So lotions, moisturizers, that's what Koba Skincare does. And I love it. I can attest to it. The next on the list is Ami Colé. And if you live under a rock, you would have never heard about Ami Colé. But if you're not, you should have heard of this. Like, they're super popular right now. Again, another woman Black-owned brand. They specialize in makeup, actually. So lip glosses, lipsticks, foundations, concealers, all that stuff for everyone. And it was started by a woman named Diarha Ndiaye. I'm sorry if I butcher the names, but I want to put them here so you guys can see. I should know these things because I'm a linguist, but listen, I don't speak every language. I really only speak 2 or 3. So, but definitely trying to give these women their credit. Anyway, Ami Colé is that girl in the beauty industry right now. I have a lip gloss actually from this gift bag as well in this beautiful brown shade. Goes very well with melanated skin, but everybody can wear it, of course. And I'm just obsessed with the makeup line. I do want to add some more of the brand in my makeup collection. I'm actually starting to build up a lot more beauty items in my collection, and Amicole is definitely at the top of that list to be added to my. I've heard such great things about the products, and I can attest as a lip girl in general, lip gloss that I have, I love it so much. So definitely can recommend them in that regard, and excited to try more pieces in my own beauty collection. The next brand I'm going to talk about is actually nothing to do with skin or makeup. It's actually to do with hair. And this brand is actually someone that is close to my heart because she is my hairdresser. She does my silk presses when I have my natural hair out. And her name is Ebony. I don't know her last name, which is kind of crazy, but I've been going to her for almost a year now, and I discovered her actually through Brown Girl Chi posted her, and she so happens to be close here. I mean, she's in the city. I live in the city in Manhattan, so she's not too far for me to get to, and Ebony has been that girl to do my silk presses. I love them so much, and her brand is called Texture Press. And not only is she an amazing person to do silk presses, she also caters to having healthy hair. Every time I go to her, and I have a hair issue or hair problem, she'll go through different things that I'm using. She'll educate me on things that I should be doing for my hair, and I love it so much. And she also has this hair care line called Texture Press after her hairline, and this hair oil is the GOAT. This is the Black Magic oil, and it is honestly, it's a hair growth oil. You could put it in your hair. She says to do it 2 to 3 times a week, and it really helps you to grow your hair. One thing about hair growth, though, that is why I love going to Ebony, and even before I got this install in, I actually went to her for protective style prep. She also does that besides just doing blowouts or silk presses, is that she really is into having healthy hair, like healthy hair, and making sure you're doing your trims regularly. So you could grow your hair as long as you want to, but if the ends aren't staying, then like what's the point? So her products are really geared towards doing that. This, I have to say, it is very pungent. Whew, it is pungent. So when I do put this in my hair, I try to do it at night, so the smell can kind of calm down, dissipate a little bit. But I love it so much. Every time I put it in my hair, I can definitely see a difference in how much my hair is growing. It definitely stimulates a lot of hair growth. And this is for anyone, of course, this is she definitely specializes in textured hair, but I feel like this would work for everybody if you're trying to stimulate your hair. If you don't have black hair, you can definitely use this and just do a wash, like a good wash afterwards, or use this as a deep conditioner. I mean, with your deep conditioner to help stimulate hair growth. But love it so much. And of course, as always, with all these brands, I'm going to link them in the description so that you can shop, like you can go directly to their brands and shop and patronize these beautiful Black women. Okay, so the next category we're going to talk about is jewelry. And I am, at the beginning of the year, I told you guys that I am really trying to step my game up with jewelry and trying to get into more fine jewelry and just in general. And fine jewelry is definitely something that I'm interested in. And the first brand that I'm going to mention is a fine jewelry brand by a Black Caribbean, South American, whoever you want to call it. We say Caribbean because Guyana, which is where she's from, is considered a part of the Caribbean, even though it's in South America. And so this brand is called Concept 26, and it's by a woman named Sherry Smith. I actually met Sherry at an event for one of my girls, Carolyn Gray. And, she had an event at Mango a couple of months ago, and I met Sherry's also friends with Carolyn, and I met her. She has this amazing fine jewelry brand, like I mentioned, called Concepts 26, and they have these really cute puzzle pieces encrusted in diamonds. And Sherry is she was born and raised in Guyana but moved to New York, and she also has an engineer background and a background in fine jewelry. So she worked for a lot of fine jewelry companies prior to opening her own jewelry company. And it is just really cool and exciting to see someone, especially a Black woman, branch out from under some of the bigger names and start her own line. This line is carried in places like Moda Operandi carries them, so she's definitely doing her thing in the jewelry industry, and I cannot wait to be able to get my hand on a piece. Of course, with all fine jewelry, they come at a pretty price point, but definitely worth it, and worth investing in my fellow Caribbean girl and my fellow Black woman own brand. The next jewelry brand I'm going to talk about is actually exciting to talk about because I've been following her for a long time. Hyatt Rita is the founder of Koi, which is a jewelry brand that of course is inspired by her native country of Ghana, and I am just so obsessed, and I love what she's doing with Koi. It's been around for I think about 2 or 3 years now, and if you don't know Hyatt, she started out in the influencer space, and she also used to work for Instagram as well, but I think that she just pivot and just does Koi now because it's just so widely successful. I definitely need to get my hand on some of these pieces. They're so unique and beautiful, and she was just recently at New York Fashion Week. Or well, actually, I think it was in September where she was, and I went into the Black and Fashion Council showroom where she was showing Koi, and the pieces are just so amazing. Cannot recommend them enough. They're super unique, and again, they are inspired by Ghana. I think she does kind of source, and she has artisans that actually worked in Ghana for the brand as well, which I love. And one thing about Hyatt that I also love too is that her branding and her marketing is just top tier, you know, above and beyond, and that is what I really feel like sets her brand apart. Love what she's doing. The next brand I'm going to talk about, actually, I met one of the co-founders who is a Black woman from Kenya. Her name is Catherine Mahugu, and her brand is called Soko. She is a co-founder with Gwendolyn Floyd and Ella Pinovich. Sorry if I'm butchering that name. They created this brand, Soko, with jewelry that is ethically sourced and designed and made in Kenya. So it's super like this. I love when brands, and that's another thing about a lot of Black women-owned brands, that not only are they trying to pull themselves up, they try to pull their community up, and Catherine is definitely doing that with this brand. And not only that, but her jewelry is amazing. It is carried in places like Nordstrom and on Shopbop. You can shop these pieces. I'm gonna link some of my favorite pieces below. Like definitely want to, again, this is my season of adding new jewelry pieces. You guys will see. I'll probably do when I do cop some of these pieces, I'll do like a little haul of some of them because I'm super excited to add some of these pieces to my collection. The next category I'm going to talk about are shoes. You guys know I'm a shoe girl, and so this category is near and dear to my heart because I love shoes, and some of these women are so excited. First one is Kendall Miles, who has her namesake brand, Kendall Miles, and is a luxury shoe brand. Kendall is a Chicago native, and she studied in Italy. She studied shoemaking and luxury footwear design in Italy and brought it back to the US with her beautiful shoe line. Her shoes are so fly and and honestly very, very unique. I love the fact that she does a lot of feather detailing. That's something that as a glam girl myself, I love, love, love. And she's just, I mean, she's just that girl. Like, definitely, she's definitely on the rise in the shoe industry. And one thing I like about, when I did research on her, that I love is that she is really into hiring and working with other Black women, which I think is absolutely amazing. It is so amazing that not only trying to lift yourself up, but um bringing people along with you as you rise. And that's definitely a motto of hers, and I'm so, so happy for all of her success, and hopefully adding a pair of her heels to my ever-growing shoe collection. Now, this next designer, I actually randomly met her at an event for Harlem Fashion Row. And if you don't know Harlem Fashion Row, they are another connecting piece in the fashion industry. I've spoken about them before. I could have actually added her in here because Brandeis, she definitely does her thing when it comes to the fashion industry and connecting Black designers in general to the space, helping them get funding, helping them get notoriety, and it's just love, love, love Harlem Fashion Row. But I met this next designer at the Harlem Fashion Row book launch. They have a coffee table book, and I put a vlog up here of me being at that launch, and that is where I met Tiania Brown, and Tiania Barnes, sorry. She has an amazing luxury shoe line made in Italy, and it is just so fabulous. She does boots like no other. Actually, when I met her, she was wearing this fabulous pair of boots, thigh-high boots, and they specifically definitely cater to people who have a thicker thigh, the way that they are designed, and I love that aspect. All of her shoes are made in Italy, and of course, she is cool because she has an engineer background, and I love that. I love a lot of these women have these science backgrounds and then pivot into in the fashion industry space, which I am loving. So she was an engineer, or is an engineer still, I believe she mentioned to me, and also decided to bring her passion for fashion into shoes. And there you go, her namesake brand was developed, and it's amazing. It's honestly, the pieces are so great. The next shoe brand I'm going to mention, I think might be the most popular brand that is on this list because of the founder of the brand, Aurora James. She is a trailblazer for equity in for Black equity in the fashion and beauty industries, and getting us out there. She created the 15% pledge, which is a pledge that companies can take to make sure that 15% of what they have on their shelves is Black owned or Black derived products. So brands like Target have taken the pledge, and Nordstrom have taken the pledge, and she's just doing amazing work to get other brands and other Black brands, get them notoriety. But she has an amazing, I love her stuff. I have 2 pairs of her shoes in my collection, Brother Vellies, and she's just doing amazing work. It is very amazing to see what Aurora has done in such a short time, in her years, and using not only her platform to grow her own brand, but to help grow other brands as well. Brother Vellies has to be one of my favorite shoe brands. She also is very cognizant and does use artisans from the continent of Africa, and also pays them what they're worth. So her shoe brand, of course, is another luxury shoe brand. It's not like a profit heavy brand, because she definitely pays her artisans what they are worth and what they should be paid. So she has 2 folds. That one, it's very I'm very proud to see and to know a Black woman that is doing this and having this equity in spaces like this. Roar James, kudos to you. You are an amazing woman. The next brand I'm going to mention is Arc NYC, or Arc NYC, I should say. And this is actually a brand created by Jasmine Vinay. I actually met her at the Folklore Showroom in New York Fashion Week this past February. Honestly, she is so sweet, and her shoes, of course, are fabulous. I actually have a little bit of a clip of me meeting her and her going through her brand from New York Fashion Week. I'll pop it in here. Look at that. And what's your name?
I'm Jasmine.
Jasmine, is this your shoe brand?
This is. I'm the founder and designer. This is Arch NYC.
Okay.
So you're based in New York?
I am based in New York.
Yay. That makes it easy for us.
Right.
I am based in New York.
Yeah, her brand is amazing, and she makes her shoes in Brazil, and she has such fabulous designs. Love the fur slippers. They are fabulous, and just the shoes in general are just great. She's that girl. She's one to watch. She's on the come up, and I think her shoes were actually just featured in another fashion show. If I can remember what it is, I'll put it in the description. I'll put it a little blurb on the screen. But yeah, she's definitely one to watch, and if you aren't familiar, you should definitely check out Arch NYC. All right, so we are moving on to our final category, which is, of course, clothing. I felt like I wanted to leave clothing for last because out of the list is the most that I have anyway. And it's just, to me, a space where, you know, I feel like Black women are thriving in the fashion industry, is in the clothing department. So the first brand I want to talk about is Studio 189, and I actually went to their fashion show in September of 2022. They had a fashion show, and it is co-founded by Rosario Dawson, yes, the actress Rosario Dawson, and a woman named Abrima Erwia. They co-founded this fabulous collection, and again, they are some that use artisans and designs and inspired by the continent of Africa and women in Africa. I think Abrima is from Africa. I'm not certain of the country. I will pop it in here, but their designs and they're made in and around African women. So I love it so much. Definitely had an amazing time at their show, and looking forward to seeing what they do in the future. Now this next brand, she's all up and through my closet. I actually just got 3 new pieces from her because I love her stuff so much. This and it's her namesake, Andrea Eama. She is a Nigerian designer, but she lives here in the US, and her clothes are amazing. It's a mix of like chic but also resort wear, and I'm just obsessed. She also just opened a store in the West Village, and I have yet to check it out, but I definitely will go because listen, she's all up and through. This top that like everybody has on the internet from her line, she definitely did well, and she's amazing. I cannot sing her praises enough. Like, if you don't know, you should know. Andrea Eama is that girl. Like, the clothing, the aesthetic is amazing. She definitely gives luxe vibes, and one thing I like about her is that she's at a mid price point, so it's definitely attainable but still gives you that luxury feel. And I love that about her pieces. We'll continue to shop there, continue to fill my wardrobe with some of her pieces. The next on the list is another girl that is all up and through my wardrobe, and I'm actually wearing her right now. And that is my girl Hanifa, or Anifa is her name. Hanifa M. I don't know what the M stands for, but if you guys aren't familiar with Hanifa, I don't know where you've been, because she's just been in and around. She kind of broke the internet during the pandemic by having a 3D virtual fashion show where it was just her clothing walking down a runway, but in like a 3D form. It looks like kind of like a body form. Hanifa is an innovator. She's actually originally from my home area. She's from the DMV, which I love. And I will sing her praises. Again, I have tons of pieces from her in my collection. Right now, I'm wearing this Hanifa sweater, which is she first started out with knits, but she moved into other fashion pieces, and she's just a person that I will continue to buy from. Like, I love, and she also does that kind of midpoint price point, like Andrea Eama. Those two, they will definitely they're all up and through my wardrobe. So love them, and I cannot sing their praises enough. Now, this next designer is actually a newer brand to me. I actually met her as well at the Folklore showroom this past February, but her clothing, amazing. I'll put in a little clip of me looking at her pieces as well.
We're a brand that's all about statement pieces that make you feel empowered, confident. All of our designs are designed with the intent of highlighting Black women and our range within fashion and not just being one-dimensional. So we do a lot of volume, figure-hugging pieces, as well as statement pieces, outerwear and statement.
And this is the brand Capfill, created by Crystal Phillips, and she's who I met at the Folklore showroom, and her designs are beautiful. She creates a luxury fashion, and I'm here for it. Definitely want to add a piece to my collection. She is a fellow Caribbean girl. She's Jamaican, and you can kind of see like that inspired in some of her designs, but love what she's doing, and super excited to kind of start adding some of her pieces to my collection. The next designer, so she started out as an influencer as well. Love her, how she dresses. Even besides her clothing line, it just has such great personal style. Fio Long is a Nigerian via UK designer. She also won Forbes 30 Under 30. If it wasn't last year, it was a year before. She was on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. She has her brand called Kai, and the pieces are inspired. They are fabulous. She uses colors and shapes and cutouts. It's a little sexy but fun. And one thing I love about her brand as well is that she is very size inclusive, and every drop that she does, she has plus size models modeling the clothing so that you can see it and you can imagine it on your body. Sometimes a straight size model doesn't cut it, and she is just that girl, and her pieces are just amazing. Super like obsessed with Kai. I definitely need to add some pieces to my wardrobe. Like, I'm just going through, and when I went through these brands and these businesses that these beautiful Black women are that these Black women own, I'm like, I need to make a pledge to add, if I'm adding whatever contemporary brands to my collection, I need to make sure that one of them includes Black female, because I definitely have a few, more than a few Black male design things like Telfar, Christopher John Rogers. But I feel like us Black females, we need to support each other even more. And even if you're not a Black female, you need to support Black female designs. So I'm making a pledge that I want to start adding a lot more of these designs to my own wardrobe. Obviously, wanting it to fit my aesthetic, but I definitely want to start focusing on adding some more Black women-owned design pieces to my collection. Not only clothes, but in this jewelry space, these shoes, all that, everything on this list definitely want to add some more in my collection. The last designer I'm going to talk about is definitely not last but not least. I also do not own anything from her brand, but am obsessed with it and want to add a piece for sure. Most specifically, this skirt. Insane, right? It is from the brand Imad Eduso, and the designer and founder is Dami Koya. The clothes are just amazing. She's a Nigerian designer, and I believe that the clothes are actually out of the UK though. Don't quote me on that, but she's a Nigerian designer. Her clothing is amazing. She does these large sequins moments. Her pieces are definitely a statement, like statement pieces, but love them. And I love that the way that she uses color and just these, I'm just gonna show you guys. Like, I need to add a skirt or something to my collection because she is just so good. Highly recommend her brand, and will definitely be shopping her and adding her to my collection. So yes, that is it for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. Honestly, discovering some of these brands and looking into them and even meeting some of these women in person, I'm just so excited and obsessed for my fellow Black women, and just love giving them their flowers while they are here. Please check out the description and check out their brands and try to shop their brands. Give them some love if you can, even if not shopping their brands, even shouting them out, sharing this video with anybody you think would be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.